Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a cat episode of This Is Our Life. Well, this is what happened.
And it's not healthy.
First, when we were cleaning the... This is an update video. We worked on the kitchen again today. It's looking good, too. We did a little... We swept it, but...
Unfortunately,
we rearranged things too.
Yeah, we rearranged things. We have stuff to give away and stuff to put away. Yeah, but we had Maggie May back here. When you're looking at the camera,
Maggie,
it looks like I'm pointing at her, but if you were here, I'd be pointing like in between.
In the meantime.
Well, we put Miss Maggie and the two babies in the bathroom.
While
we were working on the kitchen. Now, which one came from underneath the door?
Socks.
Socks crawling.
Yourself under the bathroom door.
We didn't think they could both do that anymore. Well, it's only...
That's about a 2-inch gap, maybe.
Yeah.
A little larger.
So...
only at one corner of it, though, that she squeezed out.
And, we have a little... It's like a, I guess for a toddler or an infant, it's a...
It's a baby gate.
No, not the gate. The toy, the...
Oh, it's like an infant's... The thing you put on the side of their crib.
Yeah, and it has a little mirror on it.
Entertainment center for them.
And Socks likes that mirror.
Yeah, she sees herself in it and prances around.
And she looks at the other stuff on it, but she's still, you know, if you saw the last video of the wet kitten, that Socks. And
she's still small.
Yeah, she looks at the other stuff on it, and you know, early on, you could do stuff and they just look. They wouldn't get scared or anything. They would just look like. But now they're just that right age, you know, where
they get spooked. Yeah,
they get spooked, and so you know, it has a little door that'll just go like that, and I'll do it. It's kind of like, whoa, you know, what was that? And
cats are funny.
Yeah. But they stayed in the bathroom because Miss Maggie back here and the kittens would have been underfoot. Yeah, plus we opened the front door and put the baby gate up, so we got some airflow because it feels really nice.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 inches.
About 2.5 inches, my wife said. And what did she do? She climbed at the back of your chair?
Yeah, last night, it was either last night or night before last. She climbed, I mean, the chair has a wooden leg that's...
Here, let me show everybody.
About 10 inches tall, see, right here. So she climbed from here, and I catch her, and she's all the way up here. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's only 6, maybe 7 weeks old.
Yeah, so she's...
Not quite 7 weeks.
And this little... Let's see if I can... It's behind my wife.
She's the adventurer. John's...
That thing behind my...
what, honey?
Behind you.
Oh, sorry.
That thing right there.
This, she loves.
Yes.
Climb up and bat around, and it's a cat toy, you know.
Yeah, she started climbing that. At first, she would be scared, like...
She's about 4 or 5 weeks old when she started doing that, wasn't she?
Yeah, and she'd get scared not knowing how to get down. Now she knows how to get down. Actually, both of them know how to...
Get around.
Yeah, get around, get up and down things now. Maggie... My wife, Carolyn, just went in the kitchen, so Maggie has to go in there.
She likes to get underfoot.
Yeah, she's watching what Carolyn's doing.
I don't think you'll drink coffee.
Now, what you might wonder what this pad on the floor is over here. That's Lucky Boy's. That's Lucky Boy's pad for nighttime because he'll need to go out, and neither one of us will wake up once we take our medicine. And I took mine, but he uses that in the nighttime. Now he'll go back in the bedroom and jump back up on the bed, but for a while there, because he's afraid of Maggie, because Maggie has gotten him a few times. he would get up in the chair over here, where my wife usually sits, and he would bark until one of us would get up and come get him and take him back in the bedroom. Now, you notice we still have work to do. We're not finished. This chair over here, I want to be able to sit in this chair over here. So eventually, somebody's coming Tuesday, so we have to have stuff done by Tuesday.
Maggie is laying on top of the sleeping bag.
Oh.
Rolls up under the desk.
We have a sleeping bag that's in its container, and Maggie's on top of it. That's what the two were playing on top of when John knocked socks off into the water. And you know, those two little ones, they get up and they play for 5-10 minutes, and then they go to sleep for 3 hours.
Getting more energy though.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I had my well, the cat wasn't mine, but she was the household cat, and she was pretty friendly. But the moment I bought a body pillow and put it on the bed, she decided that was her pillow. Oh. I'm like, oh God. So do you think I ever got to use it? No.
And the body pillow we have in the bedroom?
I spent more time scraping white cat hairs off of it than I did anything.
And who do you think the body pillow in our bedroom belongs to?
The barking little monster.
Yeah.
The barker.
That's what he gets. And we put diatomaceous earth everywhere in the kitchen today.
Even on the cats.
Yeah, even on the cats.
They weren't too happy about it, but...
And Lucky.
Looks like you got it all over your pants, too.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to wear it, honey.
Yeah.
Well, I caught a flea on my crochet. While I was sitting here doing it, I was, you know, I got that white thing I'm working on, and all of a sudden I see a little black flea on it, and I got it between my fingers, and I'm like, oh, shit.
We got to use the diatomaceous.
I guess we're going to have to fog.
No, we have to do something.
We may have to fog the place.
And,
kill them all.
So we're not finished with the working in here. My wife did a really good job over here with the CDs and DVDs. I like how she did that.
You think I can throw anything in the trash can, though? It goes over the edge. Like, damn it.
But we still have work to do. But, you know, we can only do so much at one time. Both of us have back issues.
Oh, yes.
So...
yeah, that makes life lovely.
Yeah.
Fun.
I don't want my wife to wind up in the hospital. I don't want to wind up in the hospital.
Well, you are going to take you out and shoot you.
Yeah,
with your back.
I like refuse to go until.
I threatened to knock him in the head and put him in the ambulance.
Yeah.
It's like, come on now.
And what, you know, when they do that on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? I say
like a 9.
It's a 9.
Well, if you don't, they won't do anything.
No, well that's how bad it hurt though. She just like it wasn't a doctor, it was a nurse practitioner.
Something like that.
She I probably barely touched my back. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, you like flipped out.
Yeah, and so I don't need to overdo it. My wife doesn't need to overdo it. Thankfully, most of the
all the heavy things does not help the back.
Yeah, most of the heavy stuff is done.
Yeah.
At least we hope it's done.
If there's anything heavy, I'm going to shove it out the door and set it on fire.
And we have, let's see, what was I going to say? Well, once we've pretty much finished up in the kitchen, which is almost finished, we're gonna sweep really good, and then we're gonna mop it really good. What?
Oh, my computer's going crazy. It's opening up windows. It's screwing up.
And then
I don't want it to. It's the mouse going.
The thing is, we don't have any more boxes. We're completely out. We might be able to get some from the grocery store in town, but that's about. Well, I mean, if they have any. Oh, you mean the convenience store?
Or if we talk to the people over at the Sorrel, maybe they can.
Oh yeah.
We can get some of theirs.
Yeah, because they get packages all the time.
Well, they break them down and they throw them in the dumpster, and I mean, but the last time they were like, I would have had to been like 10 feet tall to get to the.
Well, we can ask them. You know the lady that parks out here.
Yeah.
You can ask her, and
then she can pass it along to the guys up at the other place.
No. You see, there goes Maggie again. The kittens are old enough that
They don't follow her, but
yeah, and she tries to get away from them. And she's also being good with Lucky so far.
Every once in a while she was wobbling.
Yeah.
Swipe at him,
but unless
I think his tail, when it's huge, scares the hell out of her.
But Lucky,
I think it's another creature or something.
Yeah. He's been scratching and chewing because of the fleas, so
I think we're gonna have to get like the whatever the liquid stuff is, that oil stuff they put on.
Yeah. And
one for the dog, one for the cat. And nobody's gonna like us after it's done. But
I think it burns them because you put it back here. I think it stings.
There was one dog. Well, Abby didn't bark. It didn't really affect her. I think Prince may have had sensitive skin a little bit, you know.
But anyway, and
Prince was a Boston Terrier I used to live with. Very smart dog. He actually was mourning when my son died, and the day of the funeral, I had my clothes laying on the bed, getting ready to get dressed, and he was laying beside them, whimpering and whining and crying, and he actually cried a tear. I'd never seen a dog cry a tear. He knew when somebody died. He knew it, especially if he knew that person, somebody he had met and become friendly with.
See that? Oh, see if you were here, I would be pointing to the middle of the wall over there. But that is my wife's star. She has a star named after her.
It's hard to see.
Yeah. And anyway, this video is 12 minutes long now. Cat, look, we really appreciate it, but
we can't do anything to get to the...
Yeah, we can't.
He did send us money.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do, so...
Oh.
You know, but we appreciate the thought. And, you know, I baked some bread today. You should, there's another video about the bread.
Too bad we can't send you some bread.
Yeah. But I'm thinking for Christmas this year we're going to send people, if my wife wants to do this, homemade vanilla extract. But that means we have to make more vanilla extract.
Well, don't you have some going right now?
Yeah, I have some now.
I mean, but it's not enough to... We need more vanilla beans, don't we? Or
yeah, we need more vanilla beans and another bottle of vodka.
What has happened in the
but
to possibly cause the haunting?
I don't know. I mean,
every once in a while, my computer mouse, it's a cordless one, goes a little wacky and starts doing whatever it wants to do by itself, and I have to shut down my computer and restart my computer, and it's just like it gets possessed or something. Opening up windows and things I didn't even click on, it's like, hey.
Excuse me, I'm got some. Thank you for the video. That was very inspirational. I needed that.
What is it?
I'll show you when I. It was a Willie Nelson video.
Oh boy.
My wife's not too fond of Willie.
Well, I knew Willie. Heard of you know, Willie was kind of like a billy goat almost to me. Crazy, wild and crazy man, you know.
Yeah, he's one of the outlaws. But anyway, folks, so I may have found a needle for the record player for the.
Really?
Yeah, it's only like $4 or $5.
Online?
Yeah, on Amazon. From what I can tell.
Did you ever figure out the speaker system?
For that?
Yeah, you were looking for, trying to figure out what kind of speakers you needed to, how to connect it the other day. Remember, you had me looking for the thing? For the manual or something?
For the manual. Oh.
Because you were trying to figure out how to connect the speakers to it. If those were the right kind of speakers.
Oh, well.
Which is weird because the speakers are 10 times the size of the stereo system.
We got those at the Red Shed.
No, we got those at the
Salvation Army. That's right, free. Yeah.
I mean, you could. This is like a shelf system, stereo system, and you'd have to like stack the stereo up twice to be the size of one speaker.
Those are Decca brand speakers. Look at that.
I'm sure they're very, very old.
And the stereo is a Radio Shack stereo. Realistic.
Yeah. That's probably like an 80s stereo system. Little shelf one.
And that TV was my sister's, who gave it to my mother. Who? Yeah.
I thought that was the one the cow gave us.
No.
Oh. I thought the cow gave us one when they gave us the couch and the chair.
But my sister gave it to my mother, and then it's not like my mother gave it to me, but
You wound up with it.
I wound up with it. I really wish I could have gotten more out of her house, but, you know. One thing that would be really nice.
We could have got her barbecue grill.
Yeah, that barbecue grill she had. It's the one that where you take like a oil drum.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they open it and like hinge it.
And it's. Well, where was I going to keep that in that little apartment I had in San Antonio?
Did you have a balcony?
Not a private balcony. I don't know if they would have.
So
Somebody
would have
stolen
and
it.
everybody else using it.
Yeah, or they would have stolen it. You know what kind of place I would. Oh, folks, guess what? The flyer that I put up in the
Somebody finally took one.
Yeah, they took several.
Oh, they took several.
Yes, several have been taken now. The phone number for the apartment manager. I'm like, oh yeah. Now
I butthead, basically.
Yeah, I just got to get more printed and.
If we could get them out on the college, put them up on the college.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd go crazy.
Oh yeah, those kids would love to.
They'd drive him out of his mind.
Yeah, see, we could make a good one for the college, like cheap college, cheap apartments for college students. Lots of cheap drugs.
Oh, that would put like a cheap tutoring service, like.
Oh yeah, oh that would be good. Oh.
And they were going, hey man, I need some tutoring. He'd be going, huh?
Yeah.
What the hey?
I'm not sure that manager would know what 1 + 1 was, unless he was trying to steal your money. Then he'd figure it out.
He'd figure it was 3.
Yeah. You owe me $3.
Oh, fuck off. Dingbat. That's what I tell him.
This is what happened. There were 4 of us in my apartment cleaning, packing, not cleaning, but packing. We were going to clean it. But the apartment manager comes over and he pokes his head around the corner and he sees like there are 4 of us in there and he's like, and we're not like trashy punk people. And, it kind of freaked him out. You could just see the look on his face. He said, well, you're going to have to pay for this to be cleaned up.
Yeah, fuck you.
I ain't paying you nothing.
You barely paid him the rent.
Yeah, I paid him. What do you call it? Prorated. I prorated for, 3 days or 4 days or whatever.
Made him mad.
Yeah, it did. He said I had to pay him the rest.
Like hell you do.
I ain't paying you nothing, man.
No, you don't. He's dead wrong.
You want to come up here? You come up and you don't dare mess with my wife.
I'll shoot him fast, but fucking ass dead.
But I will just say, oh yeah, 1 second, I'll go get the money.
I'll just get the most and unload it and click it.
Yeah, the guy.
If I kick that bolt on there, he'll about shit down both pants legs. If he knows what's good for him.
He dresses like a pimp. He acts like a pimp. He drives a pimp-mobile, as I call it. It's one of those tricked-out Cadillac cars. I'm like, oh my gosh, and you think you're a professional?
Is it an old Cadillac or is it like a new one?
It's a new one, but he has it all chromed up.
SUV or?
No, it's a car. It's I think a small 4-door Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
But it's fancy looking.
You know how I don't get the old, big, huge Cadillacs, and he's like, yeah, right.
And at Christmas time he puts the antlers on the windows.
Oh, stupid moron.
But and the former apartment manager, Angelica, whom he
You know what I'd like to do is find us a wreath to tie on the front end of the car when it's Christmas, and maybe like a turkey, some sort of turkey, like from the dollar store that we could put on there around in like in November.
Yeah.
Hey, get me a witch and a black cat to tie on there, and a pumpkin, you know, for Halloween.
The fire.
I could just figure out how to mount them on the front of the car.
The fire department in my mother's neighborhood, you know, they moved. When my wife and I were down there, they had moved. They had already built the new fire station, but they still, I think they probably still have it on the fire truck. The San Antonio Spurs Coyote, they have a coyote stuffy for the San Antonio Spurs Coyote, and they have it fastened to the grill on the front of the fire truck.
Some of the garbage trucks, they'll, like if they find a teddy bear or something, they'll put them on the front of the grill of the garbage truck.
You know, we don't have garbage pickup in this neighborhood.
Well, we don't have, the town doesn't have it. It's a company that does it.
Yeah, I mean, but in the rest of the neighborhood.
I don't know. Maybe they take theirs to the transfer station.
Oh. But anyway,
the town I used to live in Alhambra, they had town garbage truck. You paid like $12 a month or something like that, and I think they picked up every week. I think they picked up weekly. You just had to have the garbage cans out there, and they'd come along and dump them in and plunk them back down.
Yeah, when I lived in Ingram, I didn't live in Ingram.
At least that was nice if they did that.
I lived outside of Ingram.
We actually lived in a town where you could burn your garbage.
Oh. I've never lived in a town like that, I don't think.
A town of 620 people, I mean.
See, Ingram was about the size of this town. They didn't have, well, we didn't live in Ingram, like I said, but even the town of Ingram itself did not have garbage pickup. They had a guy you could hire.
Oh, really?
And he had a pickup truck, and he had like slats up on the sides of the pickup, and he had a trailer behind it, and they'd fill up the pickup, and then they'd fill up the trailer, and then they'd go to the dump. And I cut myself doing cleaning. I guess you can't see it, but
we're not supposed to do that.
But you know what? We seem to have misplaced our notebook that we're putting our.
Well, I don't know what you did with it. Maybe you ate it.
Yeah. But
I know how you are.
Our neighbor came by today. What she gave us, 6 apples?
7.
7 apples.
And somebody else was silverware that they were getting rid of.
Well, what did we do with the silverware?
We're going bye-bye.
Yeah, we're donating it. We have enough silverware. We probably...
Well, we could maybe use a couple of spoons, but we don't really need them that bad.
See, Maggie will come right back out here. She goes in, checks on the babies, and comes right back out. You know, and Lucky can go by, and you know she's pretty good about it now. Well,
she's realized the babies are growing up and capable of protecting themselves, I think.
Yeah, and Lucky's never tried to hurt them. Socks kind of likes Lucky, kind of snuggles with him, but Lucky's like
afraid of her.
Yeah, because he doesn't want
to get whopped on the head.
Yeah. But at first, when she was still pregnant, Lucky would tried to play with Maggie, and Maggie.
She was really attitudey.
Yeah, you know, but she was pregnant, you know.
But still.
So this video.
Gonna hurt you.
This video is 23 and 52 seconds, so I think I better end this.
Don't choke to death now.
So, adios.